Hello, and welcome to Anime Territory. I'm your host this week, Johnny Hall, and with me as always is my polar opposite, Benjamin Shaving.
Alright.
This episode, we're calling it the, for lack of a better term, the winter-spring season crossover. We're going to talk about the winter animes we watched, and we're going to talk about the spring animes that we have started. Because spring's here. It's finally, hopefully, not going to get cold again.
I don't know about that.
It's almost May.
I might have bad news for you.
It's gonna be May, Ben.
Uh-huh.
You telling me Justin Timberlake is full of shit?
Should we call it It's Gonna Be May anime season?
Well, it is May when this comes out.
Yeah.
So, this episode is gonna be in May. So, there were 2 shows in the winter that we watched together.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just watched, like a week or 2 ago, 2 other shows that came out in the winter. We just binge watched them. And then I've got 8 shows that I've started this season.
Okay.
And you have how many again?
4.
4? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think there's any crossover?
I'm assuming there's at least one crossover.
You think there's some crossover?
I think there's at least one.
Okay. So
over under 1.5, I might take the under, but
yeah.
I know there's one.
You know there's one because I talked about it.
No, it's your type of show.
Okay, but I think there are ones that are classically my type of show that I've passed over this season.
Oh, really?
I mean, possibly. I don't know. But let's start with the most important stuff. We're going to talk about Frieren season 2, and we're going to talk about Fate Strange Fake season 1.
Yes.
Or Core 1, or whatever it ends up being.
I have no idea what you're doing.
The first episode 0 and the first 12 regular episodes.
Oh, yeah. The first thing is watch that episode 0.
Yeah, that is important. That came out a couple of years ago at this point.
It was like 6 years, wasn't it?
God, I don't know. It was a long time ago. Did we rewatch it?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we watched the first 2 episodes and we're just like,
let's go back and watch.
I think we need to watch episode 0 again.
It's not fresh in my head there. So which one of those do you want to talk about first?
I say let's do Fate first.
Okay. So what are your spoiler-free general impressions of Fate Strange Fate?
Spoiler-free is the show rocks. It has its Fate problems, but overall it's a blast.
Mm-hmm. And the Fate problems are things being super complicated.
Super complicated and maybe a little redundant.
Redundant or I don't know, snobby at times, it feels like. Snobby's not the right word, but it feels a little, I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
It's like there's... Okay.
It's a little try hard.
I can talk a little bit.
Try hard is, I think, the term that I'm looking for.
There's something I want to say, but it'd be spoilers. So.
Okay. Yeah, no, I really liked Fate Strange Fake. Again, it's got those problems that we just mentioned, but it's also got, just fun stuff where you're like, oh man, that was so cool, or oh shit, what's happening right now? Who is that?
Action's great, animation's great. There's some cool characters. Some Fate, it's Fate.
Yeah, it's got all the highs and all the lows of Fate. Not all the lows, because what Apocrypha is just all lows, right?
I don't hate Apocrypha.
I never finished Apocrypha, is I guess the problem that Apocrypha has.
I think the problem is the ending. But
and we should probably say not just Fate, but Nasuverse stuff. So Lord Elmaloy's case files is not Fate. It's in the Nasuverse, but it's not Fate.
It's basically Fate.
Yeah, because it's in the Nasuverse. But Tsukihime is in the Nasuverse, and they're both some things lean more towards Fate, some things lean more towards Tsukihime. These days, most things lean more towards Fate because Fate is by far the more successful of the two in anime terms. Mm-hmm. I cannot speak to the successfulness of the visual novels or which one is better because I have played neither to completion. Mm-hmm. I might have started the Fate route in Fate Stay Night, but I definitely got it set up on my computer, and I did all the things to proxy to get the original version with the H scenes, and I just then didn't play it.
Yeah.
And a friend of ours I know has played through some of Tsukihime. I don't know if he ever finished it though. So, but yeah, it's got some of the high highs of Fate, and it's got some of the low lows. But overall, I think it's worth watching, especially since like when it gets too complicated, you can just be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
it really doesn't matter. Mm-mm. Just know that cool shit is happening, and here's why. There is a reason why, but you don't need to actually understand the reason to enjoy the cool shit happening.
Just watch the heroic spirits fight each other.
Yeah, that's what it's there. They got like double the spirits.
Okay, that's what the spoiler was.
Yeah, they got two this time, but not like Apocrypha, where Apocrypha had actually like one side versus the other. It's still like a free for all. Because Apocrypha, it was 7v7.
Yeah.
This one, it's 6. And then 7 more get added. And then maybe like 1 just shows up but is not technically a servant that was summoned. Because we're in spoilers now. I don't think Ishtar was summoned.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
I think Ishtar like set something up in real life so that when certain things happen, she could just show up and wreck shit.
Yeah, she specifically said, I like put a spell on this world where if Gilgamesh and Enkidu show up on this world again.
Is it Gilgamesh and Enkidu, or is it Gilgamesh and the Flatwoods monster?
I'm pretty sure it's Gilgamesh.
Not Flatwoods monster. What is the name of that?
It's like the cedar monster.
Yeah.
It's Huwawa.
Because I thought she said, and that thing or that puppet or something like that.
I think she was referring to as Enkidu.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So yeah, so she just gets to show up and fuck with stuff too. So yeah. we're at 14 now.
Well, there's that thing where was it Francesca's basically her own servant. She's summoned herself.
She summoned herself. And then back when she was Francois. Yeah. And then we have the was it Alexander Dumas? He like is sort of just making like all of the police force pseudo servants too. So there's that.
Yeah.
And one of the masters is a what are you gonna call it? He is what are they called? Vampires? Dead apostles. He's a dead apostle. So like that's sort of a pseudo servant type thing. And one of the servants summoned
who's like he's his own servant kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna say he summoned Watcher?
Yeah,
which is not a servant. They just they can just watch shit, and it's like, you'll become Lancer. It's fine. Yeah. So
they're kind of like coaches or something. And they're like, we're just here to like watch.
So the actual number of heroic spirits, it's a little complicated. Also, Rider might be like all 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, or just death, or just. Yeah, or just death. It's either multiple or just death.
He's called the Pale Rider, and I think it's specifically disease.
Okay, but the Pale Rider is death.
Okay, then it might be all 4. I don't
know. The Pale Rider is most certainly
the wiki calls it the Pale Rider.
And I'm basing that off of a what is it? The Man in Black is the Johnny Cash song.
Yeah.
It's like, and behold, a pale horse, and the man who sat on him is death, or something like that, which is probably a quote from the Bible or something. No, Johnny Cash. So, like, it could be disease, but if it's disease, then it's also death, so it's probably all 4. Like, it'd be weird if it was just death and disease. So, okay, so have we done enough gushing about Fate Strange Fake? People should go watch it. It's out. It's finally out. We've been waiting forever.
Yeah, I have.
It's half over, so we'll have to wait forever again. But
do you have a favorite servant?
I should have seen this question coming. I like the Pale Rider.
Okay, he's pretty cool.
I like how they're playing Gilgamesh in this one, where he's like, it is the same Gilgamesh, but he's like acting differently because his circumstances are different. Yeah. He's a little bit more likable in this, I would say.
Well, Enkidu's there.
Yeah, Enkidu is there. That changes things. Also, I feel like he likes his master better than he did Tokiomi. Tosaka, not Tokiomi. Yeah. Tosaka.
That's Tokiomi's Tosaka. Okay,
I got his. Yeah. Okay, I'm like, why is that name in my head? Tosaka is the last name, but Tokiomi. Yeah. They showed proper deference to him as a king, which I think put them on a better initial footing there. Saber is great in this. He's just, I like him. I like that boy.
I really like Archer, Alcides, like Hercules.
Oh yeah,
I think he's cool.
I also like Assassin, fake assassin, or whatever they call him.
Okay.
Right? No, not assassin. I'm sorry, Berserker. Yeah. I like
the Watch is Berserker.
Yes, the Watch is Berserker. I'm sorry. Okay. He does not act like a Berserker.
I know.
So I'm like, wait a minute. No, Assassin is the lady.
He's like Final Form's a little Berserker-y, but
yeah. He's cool. They're great. I don't really like Dumas, the caster. He's fine. I just don't like that art style for him or character design for him, I guess. Let's see. Who else do I not like? I like the idea of Watcher and that it's like a whole bunch of different little spirits and stuff. That it's like that might be Amelia Earhart. That's a big flying whale thing.
I don't know if it's confirmed Amelia Earhart, but everybody's just like, yeah, that's Amelia Earhart.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah. I don't think there's anybody I hate. There's just a lot that kind of haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, Enkidu hasn't done much.
Yeah.
But his master is a good boy.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Who else hasn't really done? I mean, we haven't seen Alexander Dumas do much other than just I made all these weapons.
Well, True Assassin we really haven't seen at all.
Yeah, the True Assassin is controlling possibly a puppet body. So we haven't seen much of them.
And then True Rider hasn't done anything. She showed up once.
Oh yeah, to fight Alcides or Alcides, Heracles. The giant monster or whatever, that's True Berserker, isn't it?
Yeah.
That one's cool.
Yeah.
It's just a big robot.
He hasn't done much, but when he's there, it's oh shit, this guy's awesome.
I don't really care for the police chief. I don't care for True Caster per se either. Francois and Francesca.
I think they need to do more. It's every time they show up, they're oh, that's they have a lot of cool imagery when they show up. But
well, and one time they showed up with the intention of fucking with people, and then they just no. I don't remember what it was, but somebody was just no, I can't deal with you right now. Yeah, you're below my notice. What was that? Did they was it Assassin and or not? Was it Berserker? Was it Jack the Ripper that didn't could go past them and not care about them? Or was it? Oh, it was when they were in the fake world created by the Pale Rider or whatever. They showed up there and was I don't need to worry about you. But I remember that was a couple of people there. So anyway, Fake Strange Fake. Go watch it.
Yep.
Have it make a lot of money so that they will get a bunch of funding and can hire more people to make the next season quicker.
Yes.
I don't want to advocate them to crunch it, and so have them make a lot of money so they can hire people to make it faster. And then it's 12 episodes out, maybe 13. Maybe 13 if you count 0.
13 if you count 0.
Okay. And then I bring that up because the next show we want to talk about is Frieren Season 2, which the first season was 28 episodes.
Uh-huh.
This season is 10.
Okay. So
which
just a short arc.
Yeah. I don't remember. Did Frieren season 1 air all the way through?
I think there was a break between the two.
Okay.
I think they took a season off.
Okay. So maybe we'll get more later. I don't know. They definitely set up for the next like arc.
Uh-huh.
This one I feel like was good, but more of the same, and not doing too much different.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Which is not a bad thing per se,
No.
but so if you liked season 1, you're gonna like season 2.
Yeah, it's Frieren. If you like Frieren season 1, you're gonna like this one.
Again, they're taking their time.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do. I mean, they had some like hype moments in season 1. This where it's just like, oh shit, Frieren's revealing her true power level or whatever, and they like sort of have that. They sort of have like 1 or 2 hype moments in the big fight this season. But it's mostly just when Fern just absolutely wrecks shit after the fog goes away and before they can bring the fog back up. They're like, wait, from that far away and that quick? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, my like criticism is just I don't think that those demon episodes are that interesting.
The big fights that they did.
That big multi-episode demon fight. I much prefer the smaller ones.
I thought it was fine. It was. I like that. It definitely felt like it could go either way in the. God, what's the guy's name? Why can't I think of that dude's name?
Stark.
Okay. And the Stark and the Birdwing wizard guy, like, okay, yeah, they could like very easily just make a wrong move and die right away. And in fact, they sort of do that a couple of times.
Basically do.
And then like the demon's hubris was basically its downfall. I think like where it thought it had won after it had deployed its trick, and they just still
just sheer tenacity.
Yeah, sheer tenacity plus bearing with the pain of like, okay, I've revealed his last secret, and now he's getting in close, and he's let his guard down, and now he's dead. Like, the Fern, the fights that are happening with Fern and the one lady wizard, I don't know their names. Those ones were less emphasized. We saw less of those.
Yeah, that was yeah.
But I said it had that like hype moment where it's like, oh yeah, once Fern hid in the light of the moon, and then just completely devastated the demon from afar, which is that was the fun, like the closest thing we had to a hype moment or whatever. We got like a date this season between Fern and Stark, which I thought was a little underwhelming, but I thought that was kind of the point. Is that they were like awkward about it. And it's like, yeah, you set these high expectations, and then like, what are you gonna do? You guys are already like familiar enough with each other that it's just like, okay, well, it's just like another day while we're in this town waiting.
Anything else to say?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I like it. Yeah. More of the same. I was very relieved that it was 10 episodes when we were watching, because we were a couple episodes behind. Yeah. And we're like, we need to get it watched. And I looked and like, oh, well, we're only like 3 episodes behind instead of 5 or 6, which was a big like weight off my shoulders that day, which I don't know what that says about the show, that I'm like, oh, thank God it's almost over, because it's good. It's just not something I wanted to watch.
That's not a show you want to binge, I don't think.
Yeah, it's not something I wanted to watch. Like, okay, we need to get like 10 episodes watched this week.
Yeah, that's not the greatest show to binge on.
No, it's more of a, okay, this is a good vibe to sit in for an episode or 2. So both of those shows I will recommend people go and watch. So
Same.
Those are the big ones. If you want to turn off the episode now, it's fine with me. We don't. I mean, you should stay. We've got a whole bunch of other shows to talk about. But I know those are the two big ones, and we don't make any money from this anyway, so it's not like we need viewer retention. All right, so I'll quickly talk about the two other shows from last season that I just watched recently. One of them was on High Dive. It's called Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling, which is some pretty me shit. As much as I try not to watch too many isekais, I have watched more than my fair share of them. This is one of those, but it had dragons in it, and I like dragons. It's got like a level up system, so it can go from a little dragon to a cool dragon to an even cooler dragon, and who knows where it's going to go from there. It's like Pokemon or Digimon, where it's like, yes, give me evolutions, I want them. And it's like, oh, that's so cool.
Do they de-evolve?
No.
Okay. So once he's evolved, he's there.
He's there. Yeah. So he starts out as an egg, and he just has one eyeball popping out of the egg. He falls out of his nest, and he can just roll around. So one of his main forms of attacking is just rolling around, because he got so good at it as an egg. That he's like Sonic the Hedgehogging around places. Okay. So just to give you a brief rundown, from egg, he goes into baby dragon.
Baby dragon.
And then he rescues a human. But he can't understand them per se. He can sort of make out something here and there because he's trying. So his human understanding skill goes up. But he can't speak, so people just look at him as a monster. Even though he's adorable when we see him, he's a little bit scarier looking when other people see him. His facial expressions and stuff don't quite match onto it. From there, he's like, well, I'll be a good boy dragon. And it's what's this baby plague dragon option? Probably won't take that one. Wait a minute. It can learn a skill called human disguise. And they specifically say it's this is not a point of no return. You could still potentially go back to the righteous path from here. And so he's like, all right, well, I guess I'll take baby plague dragon. And he spends probably about half of the show as a baby plague dragon. Think of this as maybe the size of Flame Dramon. That sort of power level.
Okay. You
remember Flame Dramon? Where he's not quite a rookie, not quite a champion sort of thing.
Okay.
He befriends this poisonous black lizard that's sort of, they again can't understand it because it's a different species. But it's established that the lizard is attracted to him, and he's just thanks for being my friend.
Okay.
And he also defeats this giant monkey clan leader, so the other monkeys follow him too, because he won the battle against them for succession. But then he finally learns the human transmutation skill, and it just turns him into a weaker bipedal sort of human shaped dragon monster that can't speak. It does not look like a human whatsoever because the skill is not leveled up enough. So he's like, what the fuck is this? And then of course, to save the village, he has to evolve into the adult plague dragon, which is more of a point of no return. And he also just actively harms the environment by being around it, by being a plague dragon, because he's spreading poisonous spores on things. So, but that's the show. I had fun. As far as I know, there's no digivolving in it. And then the other show that I watched was the Sorcerer Nickname, which is You and I Are Polar Opposites. Which maybe I shouldn't have chosen as a nickname because that implies things about us that I don't want to imply.
Okay, well, we're not polar opposites.
This is true. We are not. But it's a rom-com. The main couple gets together right away, which is refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Not much happens after that, which is par for course.
Yeah.
But there's like other couples and stuff slowly coming together, and that's fun too. And they also have the thing where they're like, oh yeah, that secondary main character specifically says like, oh, you and I are polar opposites, and like this certain thing. So I'm like,
drink.
Yeah, they are doing that. And I kind of like that secondary couple more.
Yeah.
Because like,
are they polar opposites?
They're pretty close. So one of them is the stereotypical like, kind of dumb, funny, nice guy. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Almost himbo-ish.
Almost himbo.
But a little bit. The Japanese is not quite to the Launchpad McQuack himbo level.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, oh yeah, it's this nice popular guy that's kind of funny or kind of like silly and a little dumb. And then she is a quiet, antisocial, not antisocial intentionally, but like she doesn't have enough time to think about what the proper response is to things. But every once in a while, like, she'll like overhear a conversation that's happening around here and she'll just laugh at something. And like, that's what like he is unwittingly attracted to, where he's just like, it's confirmed from a mutual friend of theirs. It's like, oh yeah, anytime somebody like that's next to the group talking but is not in the group just kind of like snickers or laughs at something that the group does and just is otherwise not involved in the conversation, it just like draws his attention towards them. And he doesn't consciously recognize that, but
okay.
They're pretty different in that regards, where he is very social and does not think about what he's saying before he says it, and she agonizes over everything that she says. Anyway, that's You and I Are Polar Opposites. It's some pretty typical me shit. So I watched it. I would probably give it a 7. I'd probably give it a 7.
Okay.
Dragon Hatchling, I'd also probably give a 7.
All right.
Served its needs.
Okay.
So that's last season. You didn't watch anything else last season, right? Okay. We wanted to watch Trigun, but that felt like homework, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like Trigun, but it feels like homework. To borrow a phrase from Blank Check producer Ben Hosley. That's homework shit.
Okay. You're
right. So let's move on to this season. Do you want to try to say the one that you think that I have watched? And we'll see if it actually matches up.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start with yours.
Okay, so the one I think that you watched was the Klutzy class monitor and the girl with the short skirt.
Yes, I did watch that.
I knew it.
I'm fairly sure I told you I was watching that too.
Oh, I don't remember that.
There's a lot of things you don't remember that I say in passing. No, this one's pretty me shit too. Which I don't like the use of the word klutzy in here. That implies that he's like,
I don't
like
I think
tripping on
more
stuff,
like awkward, or like.
I think like they get klutzy from the fact that like he seems so like uptight and by the rules, but in reality he's kind of an idiot.
Yeah,
I think that's more what they're going for, and klutzy is not quite the right word because it's not like he's uncoordinated.
Yeah, maybe that's just a translation thing.
I think that's more translation than anything else. Klutzy's not quite the right, because it's not like he's tripping and falling into boobs or it's there's surprisingly I haven't seen that trope in a while, which is a good thing. I'm sure it's still out there. I just haven't seen it.
You just might not be watching those.
But the How do you feel about the girl with the short skirt?
I like this show. I really enjoyed it.
This show feels like it's got kind of a non-stereotypical art style to it.
Okay.
Where it feels a little bit more dynamic than some of the other similar shows that I'm watching.
It's more colorful, I think.
Yes, it's definitely more colorful. Whereas like two of the other shows that I think are similar premises are very kind of, well, one of them's still a little colorful, but in like kind of it's like a half measure and it's not good enough sort of thing.
Okay.
And the other one is pretty generic.
Gotcha.
So, and I'll probably just talk about those next. But I think like the one complaint that I've seen about this show is that the girl with the short skirt, it's what I'm just going to call her. I don't know her name.
No long jacket though.
No long jacket. The girl with short skirt has got that like will punch somebody sort of thing.
Okay.
The tsundere punch sort of thing. But at this point in my anime fandom, like I just don't even take that literally. I don't think she's physically punching him. I think it's just punctuation to a joke.
Okay.
Like, and that's how they use it. Is to like,
maybe
okay,
we're just like punch blind, or it's like I don't care.
No, I definitely noticed the punches.
Okay.
You know, but it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's a pretty classic Japanese joke form where you just like build up the ridiculousness to such a point that we need to cap it off, and we cap it off with the punch scene.
It's a punchline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's just the end of this culmination.
This show is playing more comedy than romance. So I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not supposed to be taken as seriously.
Yeah.
Now, it should be noted. So I'm going to go off on a little bit of a side tangent talking about that joke structure.
Okay.
The fourth, in the Pokemon Adventure manga.
Okay.
They have, I don't want to say fourth because Emerald is technically in there, and it gets Yellow is also technically, so I don't actually know what arc, but in the Diamond and Pearl arc of the Pokemon Adventure manga, Diamond and Pearl, the two main characters, which are the male that you can play as in the game and the friend that's always running around. The girl that you can play as is also a main character, but her name is, well, they call her Miss because she doesn't reveal her name, and then it's revealed it's Platinum. When the Platinum arc starts, but they are an aspiring Japanese comedy duo, and they talk a lot about different joke structures and stuff, and they play this guy is sort of the dumb, takes things literally, doesn't understand innuendo or whatever, and the other guy is the straight man, and they legitimately say they were teaching somebody to do a comedy bit, and it's when I hit you, that's not you can tell I'm not actually hurting you. It is punctuation. It's the rhythm of the joke, and then so it's just this thing in Japan that it's got a lot of founding that the straight man punctuates, and and sometimes if it's happening multiple times it's part of a rhythm of okay, we're hitting this beat in the joke, and now we need to move on, and we're gonna hit it again. So it's got its roots in Japanese comedy. So all this to say is, if you're one of those people that are why does she gotta hit him? It's or why does tsundere is always physically abusing people? It's it's not actually happening. It is half happening.
Because if it was actually happening, she'd be expelled.
Yes. And so there's varying levels of it. So in Toradora, I don't think every time that she hits somebody that it's like actual violence. Again, it's just that punctuation. But there are times where you need to take it literally because, like, halfway through that show, there is a fight that happens. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, this is legitimately happening. Like, this is not joke punctuation. But, like, all the other times are basically that. So all you people out there going, why does Tsundere's abusing them? They're not. It's joke rhythm. Don't worry about it. We need to move on. We've escalated as far as we can. And now we just need to reset and move on. Which Monty Python did by just saying in one of their movies, that was a compilation, like, and now for something completely different. Like, we're moving on to the next scene. We've reached the peak of insanity there. Okay. I'm sorry. I talked a lot about that.
That's fine. Anyways, I like the show.
Yeah. Now, do you have a second show that you think you got? What you said, 1.5 is what you're thinking. Do you have another one that you think that I'm watching as well?
I think if I were to... What I have watched, the one that I think you would have chosen would be the Demons of the Shadow Realm.
Okay, I've not seen that.
Okay. That's just because that's the creator of Full Metal Alchemist's new show.
Oh, okay.
So I thought maybe you'd know that and watched it, but I don't think you watched the other two.
Okay, so what is Demons of the Shadow Realm about?
Let's see. These two twins are born, and trying to think. Twins are born 16 years later. They live in this, like, secluded mountain village. We see the guy. There's a boy and a girl. The boy is out hunting, and then he talks to his sister, and she's weirdly in, like, a prison. I don't know why she's just locked up. Anyways, they are raided by helicopters and military people, which is weird because it was giving off like
medieval type vibes.
So
not
it's very
Japan
big culture
didn't
show.
have medieval, but it was,
And then it's eventually revealed they have like magical powers, and one of the people who like raided the village is claiming to be his sister. That's not in the cage. The person in the cage is a cop or like a impersonator. So then he escapes the village with some people who like work for the clan of that mountain, and now he's kind of like hiding in the city. So it's like modern day. But he controls these two, like they call them demons or Daemons. It's Daemons.
Yeah, Daemons. Demon. It's okay. A fancy word of saying demons. It might have like some technical difference, but in this parlance, I think they're interchangeable.
So so he controls two demons, basically called left and right.
That's okay. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. One's like a hot lady, the other's like a big dude.
That's amazing. I'm sorry. I love that.
And then he's set on basically finding his parents who like abandoned the village when he was like 8, who took his sister with them, but he got left behind, so he wants to know why.
Okay. Can I point something out to you?
Sure. When
you start a description, you don't have to say twins were born and then 16 years later. You can just say some 16-year-old twins. It's implied that they were born. Okay. I'm sorry. You started that.
Just like they show
the birth.
It's like, these twins are born. Then it's immediately 16 years later.
I know.
I just like that's how it was.
I know that you were describing physically what the show was showing. But I'm just like, so these twins, they were born, and then last week I saw one of them at Hot Topic. Like, you didn't have to say that they were born, and then 16 years later you saw one of them at Hot Topic. You could just say, hey, I saw one of these twins at Hot Topic. Like, I'm sorry. You said that, and I was just holding that back for so long. Like, this is such a weird way of saying.
Anyways, it's very interesting. I liked that like reveal of it being like modern. The demons are cool. It's got promise. I think it's good. We'll see how it goes.
The dynamic of the two demons they control. What's the Brandon Sanderson Planeswalker? Davriel? Is that right?
Davril, something like that.
Something like that. in his novel that he made, Children of the Nameless, where he made that planeswalker, he also controls 2 demons. One is like a brute enforcer, and one of them is a succubus.
Okay.
And he has different...
Well, they're both like enforcers, but just one's a hot lady.
I know. Okay. But he doesn't use the succubus as a succubus. Okay. He uses it as his, like, secretary.
Okay.
And, like, his contract with her is that if she can seduce him, she'll get his soul. But he's just like, I need you to file this.
Okay.
And then his bodyguard demon, the contract with him is that if he doesn't die before he turns like 50 or something, then the bodyguard can have his soul because he's protected him for that long. But the loophole there is that before he enlisted that bodyguard, he's already died and been resurrected once. Oh, okay. So that guy's not gonna. It just that reminded me of like, oh yeah, that's a fun dynamic. Is you know the 2 servants are big strong guy and hot lady.
The other thing is normal people can't see the demons. Only certain people can see the demons.
Okay, so that's convenient.
And the girl twin has an eye patch.
Okay, all right. Well, why didn't you tell me?
Sorry, I forgot about that very important detail.
You told me that the twins were born, which I could have.
There was a boy and a girl.
But you didn't tell me the girl had an eye patch. How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Okay. And then what's the over-under on the fact that I might have seen one of the other 2 shows that you have written down? I haven't, but what's the over-under?
0.5?
Okay. Because one of the shows you watch is Eren the Southpaw.
Yep.
Not seen that.
Okay.
What's that about?
I strictly watched it because it's about a left-handed person.
Yeah, Mr. Lefty over there.
This one is... There's a dude named Koichi. He's like this brash, confident art student who thinks he's like the best. Or like going to be the best. And he really wants to be a like graphic designer. Then there's a girl named Eren, who is this super talented artist who's left-handed. She's a southpaw.
Yeah, okay. Eren's the southpaw, and Eren the Southpaw. That makes sense.
But she's super talented, but her dad was basically a failed artist who died when she was young. It was kind of believed it was suicide. Turns out it wasn't, or at least she doesn't think it was. But anyway, she kind of gave up art because of it, because she saw how much her dad tried and just failed at it. So she doesn't want to go through that. But she's really good at it, and she absolutely hates bad art. So she like sees this poster on this art museum about like new artists, and everything on there sucks. So she just like graffitis over it, and it kind of inspires Koichi to like do better. And then it kind of skips past. They like go to college, and now Koichi works at a office job and overworked, whatever, passes out at work, whatever. And that's kind of where it ends.
It ends meaning that's where you're up to.
Yeah, last 3 episodes. It's okay. I don't think this is going to be very good, but it's not like bad yet. There's not a lot of Eren. That's about it.
There's not enough Southpaw. Got it.
Not enough Southpaw. No, but the funniest part was like, I think one of the very first scenes where she's just like looking at an art book. She's like, "Damn, that Van Gogh's good."
Damn, that's good. Fuck.
That Van Gogh knows how to paint. But yeah, other than that, it's whatever.
Sorry, now I'm just imagining you've seen or you've heard about the scene in Doctor Who where they take Van Gogh.
Yeah, this scene's awesome. Yeah,
into the future to a Van Gogh exhibit, and like this one guy is just talking about like how fucking cool Van Gogh is, and then Van Gogh still commits suicide after they bring him back. And I'm just like, what if they took Van Gogh to watch that episode of Eren the Southpaw where she goes, "Fuck, shit, that's good." I think that could have saved his life.
She doesn't say it like that. She's like.
Well, what if they took Van Gogh to right here to our podcast recording where I said that Eren said,
I think you would have done
shit,
it sooner.
that's good.
You would have cut off both ears. You would have to listen to this.
All right, that's a little hurtful. Not that bad of this.
It's a joke.
You could just go back into the TARDIS. It's fine. Okay. So, what's the last show that you watched? And then I'll start talking about the slop that I watched.
Witch Hat Atelier.
Is it Atelier or Atelier?
I don't know.
Because I think that's French, and I think it's Atelier.
Atelier. Witch Hat Atelier. This one's a girl named Coco is obsessed with magic ever since she was a kid and got this like picture book and what she thinks is a wand from this weird person at a festival.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, she's been obsessed with magic. She lives in a small town. A wizard named Kefri shows up one day and happens to like need to fix a carriage for some other people.
Can I interject for just a second?
Yeah.
Is magic established as real in this world to begin with?
Magic is real, but it's mysterious. Nobody knows how it works.
Okay, but they're like, wizards are out there and magic is real. It's not like magicians are out there and magic is fake. And then we learn that magic is real.
Magic is real. There are wizards who know magic. It's just how magic works is mysterious. So nobody knows how it works except for wizards. So anyways, the wizard tells her to like watch the door so nobody comes in and watches him. She sneaks in and discovers the secret to magic, and it's like.
Hold up! Can I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have a few guesses because some of them are jokes. Is one of them that it's all just Mickey Mouse?
No, it's not Mickey Mouse.
Okay, sorry. I bought a Mickey Mouse wizard snow globe today at a yard sale. So, okay. So the secret of magic is that you have to sacrifice babies for it.
No.
Is sacrifice involved?
No.
The secret to magic is that you just have to believe that you can do it.
No.
The secret to magic is that it is accidental. You never do it on purpose.
No.
The secret to magic is that it requires cum.
No. It doesn't require a substance, though.
A substance. Okay. So.
Not like it's. Yeah, never mind.
So it's not cum. Is it blood?
No.
Okay. Which I figured because sacrifice is off the table. Is it a kiss from a rose?
I wish.
Is it season 3 of Community?
No.
Okay, I'm giving up guessing.
Okay. It is, I believe, what the main character in Owl House is. You have to draw it.
Okay. That's
it's
cool.
It's all just like glyphs. So it depends on the pattern and like circles and stuff.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, well, it's not.
So anybody can do it if you know how to.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, sort of Full Metal Alchemist is that way, though there's caveats to that. But like anybody can do alchemy.
Yeah.
Anybody, so long as the caveats are in place, anybody can do alchemy. Yeah. Like wizards in D&D, anybody can do that. You just have to study.
Mm-hmm. I think all you need is
love,
special ink.
Oh, okay.
And just to draw the actual
Okay,
spell.
so ink is another substance that you need.
Yeah, that's the substance that you needed.
Okay,
is ink.
Okay. Do they talk about like what makes it special?
A little bit.
Okay.
They kind of go on like how it works. But anyways, once she figures that out, she looks at what she thought was a picture book, and it turns out it's like a spell book. So she starts drawing the spells that's in the book. Turns out it's like forbidden magic.
Oh.
She accidentally unleashes a forbidden spell, and it like crystallizes her house with her mother in it. So now her mother's trapped in
oh shit, what up?
Crystals or whatever. So now she has to like basically be an apprentice to this wizard, and she just starts learning about the magic.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this show's got got potential. It's really good animation. The animation's great, and that magic system's very interesting to me. So.
I'd say you definitely picked better than I did this season.
Okay.
So, because those all sound like great, and I kind of want to watch them. Mm-hmm. My picks so far are you're not going to want to watch them.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna quickly get the.
I would say, based on what I looked at, I think I basically picked the shows I would want to watch.
Yeah. Well, so first, let me just get all the, multiple or extended seasons, stuff that's already had seasons come out. So, like, the time I got reincarnated as a slime, season 4. So far, there's been less meetings this season. Let's hope that keeps up. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of, like, interested in what's going on.
Do you know there's a movie coming out?
Yeah, but those movies are never...
canon?
Yeah. Okay. It's not... So some anime series have movies as continuations. This one is not one of them.
Gotcha.
So they're not canon. Though, like, they sort of... I think there's, like, a character from the first movie that is like, oh, yeah, and you can see them at the festival. They're there. And, like...
Yeah.
You don't need to watch them to do that. I probably won't watch it.
Trailer played before Whisper of the Heart.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you went and saw that in theaters recently without me, which is fair because I could not have made it.
Yeah, you were working. I asked.
Yes, and I had a chance. I was literally typing to my manager saying, "Hey, I'll take the overtime tonight if I can get off work at 2 tomorrow." And as I was typing that, he said, this person took it. And I'm like, I undid what I was typing. And I said, I was going to take you up on it this time. He's like, I mean, we could still do that, And I'm like, no, it's fine. I'd rather just get off work on time today instead of working another 2.5 hours so I can leave at 2 on the next day.
Still good.
Yeah.
Great movie.
That one's also, it doesn't feel like I need to watch that one in a theater, though.
Which one?
Whisper of the Heart.
Oh, okay.
I mean, other than like maybe the fantasy scenes might be really cool in a theater, but and like I would want to support it by.
It's not necessarily enhanced by the 4K or the IMAX.
Whereas, like when we saw Princess Mononoke, we're like, "Oh, this is fucking beautiful."
Yeah, that's true.
So that one, going back, Slime season 4 is fine so far. They've avoided. Like, okay, we're done with this meeting. Now we're going to these other characters who are in a meeting about that. Like, it was just so many fucking meetings last season, as everybody who watched that season knows. I am also watching Ascendance of a Bookworm, season 4, which is an isekai about a girl who loves books that gets reincarnated into the body of a little girl in a land where books are rare. And then she makes she basically, from the ground up, builds a paper printing industry in order to get books made.
Okay.
And then also
does she write books that she remembers?
No.
Okay. She doesn't yesterday it?
No, she does not yesterday it. But she gets paper made and then she starts selling paper. Mm-hmm. She makes a children's book for teaching purposes. Because she also while this is going on, she's also very sickly. Because she's got way too much fucking magic that it just causes her to pass out if she doesn't use it.
Okay.
So they're she basically has to live away from her family because the noble class would not like this commoner having way more magic than them. And this season is all about her getting adopted by a noble family and pretending that she was always the daughter of a noble family. And then getting adopted by another noble family to protect her from machinations of other people that might want to use her power. So all this is happening while she's just can I get the keys to the library for this cathedral that you make me work at because I have so much fucking magic? And can we also expand my paper building industry so that I'm useful to you people? Anyway. It's fun. I like it.
Okay.
It's not the typical action adventure isekai. It's just there's no paper in this world.
Gotta make paper.
Books are printed on leather and what do they call that? Vellum?
No idea.
Anyway, so that one's fun. The Angel Next Door spoils me rotten, season 2. I really liked season 1 of this. A lot of people really liked season 1 of this show. Season 2, spoilers for season 1, they got together as a couple at the end of season 1. So season 2, they're just already a couple, and it's kind of boring.
Oh, yeah?
Because they're just kind of, like, soft-spoken, like, are you okay with this? Or I don't want to, like, be too forward. And it's like... And it's kind of, now that they've, like, gotten together, it feels like the spark that made it interesting is gone. But maybe that'll change. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I liked the first season, but it's just sort of soft-spoken and quiet and a little boring.
Gotcha. Then you add a third.
Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun Season 4.
Okay.
Thought I was done with this show, and then I saw a picture of the tall, like, fox demon lady, and it's like, she big and strong and nice. I think I reeled me back in. This time they have to get ready for a music performance and get the shy demon whose power is going unnoticed to be the center attraction so that he can stand out and get promoted. Because if they don't all get promoted to being rank 4 demons, they get kicked out of school.
This kind of vaguely sounds like the pilot or the season... Is it season 5 of Shabs and the Blind Man?
Okay. Were they the captain and the Tin Eels?
Yeah.
I don't know if... I thought that was 3.
No, 3 is space.
3 is space? When
no,
did we go
3 is military, 4 is space.
4 is space? When did we go to hell?
We don't go to hell.
I thought we went to hell at one point, like Doom.
No, that's the movie.
Okay. Anyway, it's fine.
Okay.
Shy kid good at trumpet, so that's...
Shy kid good at trumpet.
Mm-hmm. Like, his whole family's power is, like, we're spies and assassins. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not supposed to go notice. Mm-hmm. Don't talk to people. Let's see, are there any other... I think that is all of the, like, continuing series that I'm watching. So, I'm going to mark them down in my notes here. So, now we got 3 more shows here. Okay. And I promise I won't take too much time on each of them. But we talked about the Klutzy Class Monitor and the Girl with the Short Skirt. And I mentioned that there's 2 other shows I was watching that were similar. One of them is Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku.
Okay.
And the other one is I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in My Class.
Those are the other 2, like, romance ones.
There's another romance, but those are the other 2 where it's a similar premise.
Okay.
Or similar enough premise. So, like, you could classify the Girl with a Short Skirt as sort of being like the gyaru gal culture in Japan. Not quite so much, but sort of. Or like she's like a popular, fashionable, trendy girl that's sort of into somebody who's more awkward there. But the Klutzy Class Monitor and the Girl with the Short Skirt is less like these other 2 than these 2 are like each other. So that's why I kind of want to talk about both of them. Because they're both like, here is this nerdy otaku boy and 2 popular girls that are like interested in him. And in both shows, one of the popular girls, the one that's not blonde, and is more of like a cool type character, as opposed to a bubbly type character, are also interested in the same things secretly. And the bubbly blonde, who's their best friend, like, also takes an interest in them, but not necessarily in their interests, if that makes sense. Though technically the Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku, the blonde bubbly one, does sort of take an interest in his hobby, whereas in I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in My Class, it's more just that she does not necessarily take an interest in their interests, but just in him being a nice person. So it's like these 2 shows are so very, very similar. And I don't know which one I like more. I thought that I would like I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in My Class more than Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku. So I mentioned that one of these shows is sort of more colorful. That's Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku.
Okay.
but in half measures, and it's not enough. Whereas I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in My Class seems to be it seems to be more generic. Not that it's bad, but more generic in color style, if that makes sense. They're both sort of like, all right, like when they like, I don't know what it is about these otaku characters, but a lot of times I just can't give a shit about them. And it's just like, you like bad shark movies and playing video games and like drinking a 2-liter of cola when your mom has to work late on Friday nights and you can game all weekend.
I'm sorry, isn't that what you do?
Yeah. That's what I basically did last night.
Yeah.
But the 2 liters of cola was not cola. It was Mellow Yellow, and it was while hanging out with people at a board game cafe.
That's true.
And then I went home
and
gamed until 5 a.m.
Jesus.
Which is not how late that guy stays up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Up till 5 a.m.
Yeah, that was a problem. I was not happy with myself. So I feel like I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in My Class has more potential, even if it is less visually interesting. Okay. But at least the first 2 episodes made me think that. The third one was a little bland, though.
Gotcha.
And Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku has been on par, on average worse, but it's been more consistent, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's like, okay, it's always sort of this middle of the road, whereas this one is a little bit better. So, Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku, I'd probably give a 5. And then I'd probably give a 6 to I Made Friends with the Second Prettiest Girl in My Class. We'll have to see where it goes.
So where would you put the Klutzy class monitor and the girl with the short skirt?
6.5 to 7.
Okay. So you like that one more than these?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes. Because I feel like it's got a more visual... They went whole hog on making the art style more interesting.
Okay.
They... again, I feel like it's funnier. Okay. Whereas these ones are kind of tame, where it's just oh yeah, he's just kind of a nice generic self-insert. Whereas the guy in the Klutzy class monitor is not a self-insert. He's just
he's like a himbo.
Yeah, he's like a himbo. So, and their chemistry is better. Mm-hmm. Whereas every once in a while, I'm when they're having the hangout scene and they're okay, I'm playing, video games, and it's kind of okay, I don't know. The chemistry's just not quite there sometimes.
Okay.
The last one that I watched, which I am just a little bit ashamed of watching. Maybe I should probably be more ashamed of watching. It's called Mistress Kanon is Devilishly Easy.
Okay. The
premise of this show is that 1,000-year-old daughter of one of the Dukes of Hell or whatever, I think it's Beelzebub is her dad.
Okay.
Who's the glutton, the king of gluttons or whatever in hell. She has lived her whole life eating by herself and enjoying fine meals, and she's you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the human realm and I'm gonna harvest my own farm to table human souls to eat. So I'm gonna go
farm to table souls.
School to table human souls. So she goes to this school and she uses partially hypnosis and partially just being, better than humans, becomes the most popular girl in school. Mm-hmm. And she's I think it's time to eat my first human soul. And she notices one that is oh, that one looks tasty. And then she lures him into a classroom, and she's got demon horns up. Her twin tails turn into demon horns. And she's got a demon tail out, and she says something about something him, and she says it sort of seductively, and he's just yes, I am ready. And he starts to take his clothes off, and he's thank you for putting on that sexy demon cosplay, I get it. And so she just keeps like going along for the ride. Like his energy is kind of overwhelming her desire to like, wait, no, I should be in control of the situation. And then she's like, well, boyfriend,
Okay. So like, do they like sleep with each other?
No.
Okay.
She just like keeps getting overwhelmed by his like, okay, yep, you're my girlfriend now, sort of thing.
Okay.
And it's whatever.
Okay.
It's not good.
So you've seen 3 episodes?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Has she eaten a human soul yet?
No.
All right. But...
Now there is her maid character shows up and tries to eat some of the students, and she's like, "No, this is my farm. Get out of here, you pest." Okay. And she's like, "All right, I'll leave the students alone." And then like she does have sexy time with a teacher.
Okay.
And like I think just like feeds, not like kills them, but that character is like, why are your pubes as like forward as you are? Like they're bigger than your torso is tall. Does that make sense? Yeah. Not bigger than her. It's not taller than her, but it's bigger than the torso is tall.
Okay.
It's like, this is too big.
Okay.
I am one of those people that goes, it gets way too big sometimes.
Okay, I get it.
That is unrealistic and not attractive to me.
Okay.
But somebody drew you like that, so I guess it works for somebody. Anyway, that's the last show that I watched. I would not recommend you watch anything that I've seen, except maybe The Angel Next Door spoils me rotten because season 1 of that was good, and maybe season 2 will end up being good.
Okay.
I will and then you're already watching the Klutzy Class Monitor and the Girl with the Short Skirt, which would have been the highlight of
I think you should watch Hat Atelier and Demons of the Shadow Realm.
I am definitely interested in both of those. What was the third one?
Eren the Southpaw.
Okay. I'm also sort of interested in that one.
Okay, that one's not as interesting. But, I don't know. It might be your typical anime drama.
Yeah, and it also sounds like it's not high schoolers, which
right.
I know a lot of people are like, finally, something that's not high schoolers. It's like, that doesn't mean that it's good, though. Because the ice guy and his cool female colleague is also not high schoolers and is a bunch of bullshit. The 365 days to the wedding or whatever, that one wasn't that great either. That
had something, though.
It did. It had something. But it wasn't... It wasn't great.
At least they ended up like dating at the end.
And there is like sort of a mystery of like somebody knows.
Oh, okay.
And which is Anyway. That's the crossover. We talked about last season, we talked about this season.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything that we are missing, you can try to comment it. I might see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to keep up with all these shows because I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I might drop all of them. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But you're now leaving the anime territory.
Goodbye.